So,
This is some good egg salad, Christina. No, I can smell it. It's great.
it is good.
Yes. So with this Michelle's assignment on questioning, what's that like all about? What are we going to do?
Good types of question and bad types of questions. So it's kind of, leading questions, why questions, multiple questions.
So we can ask the question too. I have a tendency to ask too many questions at once.
Yeah, tone's something else as well.
Because if you ask the question wrong, shut them down.
Yeah.
They'll tell you what you want to hear.
Those ones would be the leading question.
Yeah, leading question's a big one, yeah.
Or if you ask them too many with the multiple questions, they're going to shut down as well, because they don't know where to begin. Right.
They feel confused, they don't know where to go, they don't know what to start with, and they don't really know what you want in the first place.
It may be one of the hardest parts going into interviewing and things like that is so that we don't ask those questions, that we are aware of a proper way of asking a good question.
Hey, questions are important because that's how you get the information to learn how to help the client. If you don't ask the right question, they're not going to tell you what the problem is. And then you're never going to be able to help them.
It is very much a vital part of any counseling session, because if you don't ask the questions, you won't get any answers.
Well, informal and formal counseling, right?
And we have to make sure we don't direct them. Don't direct them, don't lead them, don't shut them down in the middle of a sentence. That would be important as well.
Or even asking them why they do certain things.
And don't use should.
Right.
Should's bad.
Give them time to respond.
You should never
So they have
should.
time to think about it.
Silence can be a good thing.
Yeah? That was something that we learned last semester, that wait for the silence, that it will bring the answer eventually. Be comfortable with the silence.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's very good, actually.
So, we know what we're doing. We know what questions are. We don't have a question. Alright, so let's begin.
You want to do some examples of good questioning and bad questioning?
Great idea.
Okay, so let's we'll break up, we'll figure out where we're going, and we'll take it from there. Agreed?
I'm with you.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Hey Christina, how you doing today? You got here on time all right? How's the weather out there?
I'm good, thanks.
Great. So I see from my notes that we're talking about some school issues. So how is school going? Are you caught up on all your assignments? Do you find the courses difficult? How are you doing overall?
There's a lot of questions, like where do you want to start?
Well, how is school going? Are you having any problems with assignments? You getting along with all your teachers? Are there any concerns you have?
School's going good, I guess. I'm enjoying it. I am struggling a little bit with the advanced interviewing skills.
Really? But you like school, don't you?
Yeah, I like school.
You know that teachers are supposed to challenge you, and your courses are supposed to be difficult, right? So you get a better learning.
Yeah.
So you know what'll happen if you don't apply yourself, right?
Yeah, I'll fail. Is that what you think's going to happen?
That might happen. So why don't you think of deferring this course, if it's so difficult, to night school or the summer semester, or have you thought about things like that?
No, I haven't. That's a good idea. I'll take that into consideration.
I was just wondering why you let this situation get so out of hand before you came to see me with this interviewing class. You know, you're in a worse spot now than you could have been if you had taken care of this earlier.
Yeah, I guess I thought I could handle things, so I was going to go one day at a time.
So why don't you just drop this class? Because you really need to focus on your other courses and keep up to date with all of those assignments.
I don't know if at this point I really want to walk away from the class. I mean, we're almost finished second semester.
Well, why don't you think about it? That might help alleviate some stress, and then you can focus on those other courses that you think you're also having some difficulty in.
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
Okay, great. So we'll get together again next week and see what you've decided since then.
Okay.
Okay, great, thanks.
Well, that was really good watching them do their interview there with Suzanne and Christina. Suzanne just fired multiple questions across at her.
Yeah, I noticed that Christina didn't really know which one to answer first. She was kind of lost, and you know, all the questions she had, like 3 or 4 put on her at once, and she didn't really know what to say.
And you could see that she was a little bit confused because the questions were coming so fast, and multiple questions
Yeah,
at
so
that.
many different questions. They weren't all tied together. They were all about different things, and she was kind of. I noticed that she didn't really know what to do with them. Also, another one, you know, leading questions. You know, I noticed that Suzanne posed a couple of leading questions to her. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like the part about school, like you like school, don't you? Basically leaving her with the response that, yeah, she has to say yes.
She has
does like
expectation that she has to like school. That's kind of what the counselor, that's what Suzanne kind of pushing on.
Yeah, and then at the end there, they were doing some why stuff. She fired a couple of really quick why questions at her, which is almost shaming, you know, forcing her into not feeling so well about it.
Like, why did you come see me earlier? It was kind of like, you know, it's her fault that she's feeling this way, right?
Exactly, it's all on you.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think that needed to be said. So that was, I think, a really good example of, you know, good questions, bad delivery.
Yeah.
Hi, Marcia. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Denise. It's good to be here.
Good. And you've been doing okay since our last meeting?
Yes, pretty much. I'm still having a little bit of a challenge, though.
I hear that you're struggling with your schoolwork and your personal life. Is that what the challenge is?
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much. It's both. School is challenging, and you know, I have issues, personal issues as well.
Well, how is school going this semester?
Everything is okay, except for my elective. I'm a little bit challenged with my elective.
And what are you finding challenging about the elective?
I think it's more of my mindset, quite honestly, because it's not a difficult subject. It's more like, you know, I just don't feel that I should be doing, you know, something that is not related to my field.
Okay. Have you ever thought of mentioning this to the teacher?
I have, and she's made herself available to me. I can email her or sit and chat with her, make an appointment with her, stuff like that.
Okay.
So I've thought about it because I really need to get a good mark so that I'll keep up with my GPA, right?
Would you also consider getting a peer tutor or a guidance counselor?
That'd be a good idea, actually. I just don't know who, though, like, you know.
Right.
I don't know, I would have to find out who is available to do that or where they offer that.
Well, how would you feel if we both sat down with your teacher and discussed the curriculum? Would that help?
You would come with me?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
would you like to set up a meeting then, and you can let me know the time and place?
Yeah, I'll send her an email and book the appointment, and then I'll get back to you and let you know. Is that all right?
Super. Okay. Well, this is the end of our session for today, Marcia. Do you feel we have made some progress?
Most definitely, most definitely. It'll help me to, because I didn't think of, you know, someone going with me to talk to her, you know, because then it'll help, it'll boost my confidence, and it'll really help me if you go with me. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Yes, no problem. So we will see you next Friday at 1 o'clock.
Next Friday it is, Denise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So do you see the difference between their interview and Suzanne and Christina's?
Well, most definitely, Denise was asking good questions, very slow, giving Marcia enough time to answer them.
And they were individual questions, right? Like she didn't have any clumped together. She allowed her time to answer each individual question.
Yeah, she was giving her a chance. She was almost empowering questions where she was saying, you know, how do you feel? No leading questions. They were good.
Well, they were supportive too, right? Like as in the first interview, they were kind of they had expectations on the back of the questions, and here they were kind of opening. They allowed Marcia to really open up and talk about what she felt.
Yeah, because Denise had said, like, do you want me to? Would you like me to come along? You know,
Yeah.
and then again, gave her the option of you set it up, you email me back.
Yeah.
So
there's empowerment there too,
There's
right?
some empowerment there as well. Yeah, there's some really good
Yes,
stuff
I-
going on.
I felt like, at least in this one, Denise and Marcia, they were building rapport. Like they were getting a relationship going. You could really see a difference was going to happen in that one.
Yeah, there's
I
more
didn't
flow.
feel that way in the first one.
Yeah, there was more flow. There was more professionalism
Yeah.
with that, with the greeting, with the exiting. lining up an exact time for the next appointment. And yeah, I thought it was really good.
So everybody gets the idea of questioning, how to do it, how not to do it maybe? What do you guys think of the...
You did a really good job with the rapid fire questions there. You know, Christina, she was...
Well, I saw how, like, when she asked a whole bunch of questions, how Christina started shutting down. You know, she didn't really know what to do. She was kind of confused. So I kind of saw how, you know, the rapid fire questions really shut
And the
down.
leading questions too.
I thought the why questions were a pain. Because there were so many of them, right? 3 in a row.
But you can really tell the difference between a bad interview questioning and a good one. When
Denise,
Marcia could think about her answer and give an appropriate answer, then they still maintained a rapport.
Right, right.
Yeah, she was definitely able to extract more information from Marcia than you were able to get out of Christina over there.
yeah, because Marcia was way more comfortable with her interviewer, where Christina and her interviewer were like, she was frazzled, she was unsure of the direction, and she just wanted to talk. Where
She
Marcia
didn't,
would
she didn't even know how to start.
even answer
You
them.
know,
Yeah.
when she first came in, how was your day? Da 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 da. Oh, no. From hello, the get go, I mean, you went at her. Which do I answer first, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Denise gave you the chance to
I had the
take that
opportunity
breath
to
and-
say all the things that, you know, to answer all the questions she asked me. And that's important in an interview. I mean, if you're wanting to hear from the client, then you have to give them time to answer, to respond,
Yes.
right?
Because you
Definitely
felt
the
a lot more
speed, right?
comfortable than
Yeah, I felt a lot more.
Christina did. Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, you're really good with your questioning, Denise. You were thoughtful, and you did give Marcia that time to respond.
And ask the appropriate questions.
Right.
Didn't put words in her mouth,
Yeah.
That's right.
like I was demonstrating.
Or asking her so many
You had some
questions.
good questions. It was
Yeah.
just they were rapid fire, or they were like even the leading questions. They were a good topic. So it's not that you're a bad questioner. It was a
The way
good
you
demonstration
worded
of a bad technique.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job, girl.
Agreed.
Good job.
Good job. Very
Good
good
job,
job.
everybody.
Yeah.